Hey y'all. So since it is starting to be flu season, there is a recipe that I like to use when I'm starting to feel um, under the weather a little bit. I started to get like a little itchy throat. The weather's changing, so of course, your immune system starts to try to change as well. But there's a recipe that I've used probably, I don't know, at least 10 years now. It's called garlic soup. And what you do is garlic is a natural antibiotic, anti-inflammatory, antifungal, antimicrobial. In ancient times, they would use garlic as a medicinal purpose because everything has a purpose. And so garlic actually is really a natural antibiotic. And so when I start to feel under the weather, I go and I get a whole clove of garlic. And when I say a whole clove, this is what I mean. Let me show you what I mean. I mean an entire head of garlic. Break it, peel all of it, and then boil you about 8 ounces of water, 8 to 10 ounces of water. And then I normally use a garlic mash, but today I don't have it, so I am using the back of a knife and mashing, opening up the garlic, releasing the healing properties that are inside the garlic. I've already boiled my water, and once you boil your water, you actually turn it off. You do not boil the garlic. We're not cooking the garlic, we're seeping the garlic. So you break the garlic with the back of your knife and go ahead and pop it in your water and let it seep like tea, okay? And when I mean seep, you let it sit in there. Let that water activate the garlic and open up those healing properties in there. You also use ginger. I don't always use ginger, but ginger is also a very good for healing. Also lemon and raw honey. Raw honey would be best for you to get locally. When you go to the grocery store, look at the back of the garlic, at the honey, excuse me, and make sure that it is your local honey. Hold on. So I got this from my local store. This is in McKinney, Texas, which I'm not really that close to McKinney, Texas, but since it is in Texas and our honeybees are in Texas, now it's better because it helps build your immune system because it's in your area, in your region. I'm not sure exactly why. I can't go into that. I'm not all that, but I do know that it's best to use garlic from your region, your area. Don't get garlic from across the seas because the bees there, it's just different. Anyway, so you get your honey. I'm gonna let this seep for about 5 minutes and I'll come back. Also, your garlic root, your ginger root. This is fresh ginger root. You normally grate it on a grater, but what I'm gonna do is take my knife and I'm gonna shave it just a little bit just to get past that covering, not just that covering that's on there. So normally you would grate it and with it like a cheese grater or what have you. And I'm going to just shave it and get kind of all that. Smells great. Ginger smells great. Ginger and garlic are very potent with their smell and their healing abilities, actually. So clean as you go. Don't leave crap on your counter. I'm gonna get rid of that. And then I am going to just scrape my ginger into my pan of my water that is heated and boiled. It's boiled. It was at a rolling boil Takes about 5 to 10 minutes, depends. And make sure it's at a rolling boil because you need that heat to activate those healing properties. Measurement wise on the ginger, I would say about 1.5 teaspoons. I'm kind of using just this nub. You see the nub that I'm using? That's what I'm using. That's what's going in there. And I'll let you see it. You can smell it's very pungent. The smell of garlic, a lot of people don't like garlic. But then you add your honey and your lemon, and that counteracts the flavor a little bit. But it also, lemon is citrus, of course. It's good for you. Honey is good for you as well. It coats you. Honey is also a natural antibiotic. Hot. Let me show you. And then after that's done seeping, you get your coffee cup. That's normally what I use is a coffee cup. Give me just a second. Just regular size coffee cup. And then this is seeped. My garlic, you can tell it because it kind of changes a little bit color. Garlic has a yellow almost color to it, and after it's seeped in there long enough, it begins to turn sort of white, but you're not cooking it. Do not continue to boil because you take away those properties. And then in your coffee cup, I put in about a tablespoon, that's a lot, tablespoon to 2 tablespoons, because garlic is tough. Garlic's tough. Eyeball it, I fill the bottom of my little cup. That's really what I do, is I fill the bottom of my cup. And you got your lemons and your lime. I'm going to do lemon and lime today because I kind of want a different flavor. Limes are really good for you. Citrus in general is good for you. When you're feeling kind of under the weather. Kind of a hot toddy. I do have some sake that I'm going to add a little bit of sake to it this time. Kind of like a hot toddy almost. Roll your lemons. Get those juices out. Roll your lemons and your limes. Get those juices. Make sure you're activating that citrusy. Okay? Roll your boat. Roll. Put some effort into it. Roll it. Roll that shit out. Get it rolled. And then once it's squishy, these lemons kind of sucky actually. This lemons at the store were sucky. The limes were better. Beautiful, beautiful limes. Roll that shit out. Cut them bitches in half. Sorry. Cut them bitches in half. And use the whole thing, both of them, in your cup. In your cup. I got some drink in my cup. But it's not always the drink that you want, right? All that juice. And then when you're mixing it with that honey, you're activating the healing properties as well in that honey. Lots of juice. Lots of juice. Lots of juice. And what I'll do is I've got probably about 16 ounces of water in here that I boiled. So this will be 2 servings almost. more time. It came out to a pretty good amount of lemon and lime juice. I would say about a third of a cup, not a third, probably about an eighth of a cup of juice. That in there. I'll take my juice, take the back of my knife, and pour some of that garlic's gonna get in there. And don't get me wrong, normally I mince it to where it's like, oh shit, to where it's like little slivers of garlic, and I'll eat that shit. Garlic is very potent. It's very potent. It's good for you. I'll take some of those pieces right there and I'll chop them up. I'm gonna chop them up and put them in there. Those pieces of garlic are that's medicine. Don't throw away your medicine. Okay, so take some of them, mince them down, mince them babies down, chop, chop, chop. And no, I'm not good at chopping. I don't give a fuck. I get the job done. That's all that matters. Anyway. Get them down because you want that garlic. You want to eat that garlic. You want to ingest it. And the reason you want to ingest it is because it's going to activate in your body. It's going to have to break down in your body for one. When you drink liquid, it just goes straight through you. Those little pieces of garlic kind of linger in your body a little bit. They're activated and ferment. Okay. Stir, stir, stir. Oh, cayenne pepper. You can throw a little bit of cayenne pepper in there. However, just know, cayenne pepper, it's fucking hot. But if you're really feeling like shit, like if you've got a really bad sore throat, like really bad, go ahead and throw that cayenne pepper in there. It's really good. Anyway, so bottoms up. Oh, I did a great job. It tastes almost like NyQuil. Not NyQuil, but Theraflu. Ooh, if you do a good job, it tastes like Theraflu. Which is the kind of the flavor you're wanting to go to. Because it's the ginger doesn't override the garlic. The lemon and the honey mixed together just gives it a good flavor. And I tell you, honestly, you drink this and you're going to feel better the next day. I promise you. And if you don't, then you need to take another dose. I normally like to drink this for 4 days if I'm starting to feel sick, or I'll drink it for 6 days. Yeah, if I'm really feeling like shit. But we all know, what does garlic also do? It cleanses you. It cleanses you, so get ready for that. Anyway, let's finish this up and let me know if you made this. If you're feeling like shit, let me tell you how I found this recipe first. If you're feeling like shit, try this and let me know. But let me tell you how I found this recipe. So years ago, I was working in the school district. I'm allergic to antibiotics. Everything. All kinds of antibiotics. Not even funny. Both spectrums. Penicillin is my first one that I found out that I was allergic to. Almost died. Thank God, when I was little, they didn't give me an injection. They gave it to me orally instead of an injection. If they would have given me an injection, I would not be standing here. Next thing I found out was Zithromax. When Zithromax came out, nope, that shit don't work on me either. Almost killed me too. And so I just was become accustomed to not being able to take antibiotics. So when I was working in the school district, strep throat was going around really bad. extremely bad. It was like an outbreak, big time. It was, people were passing it back and forth. Strep throat is very easily to pass